Oh boy, was that satisfying. A end to the notorious villain Makima is finally here, and honestly, this ended, at least this chapter, because we still have one more chapter to go before Chainsaw Man ends, was probably the best way for Makima to go out, because she was such a powerful character that it'd be kind of hard to get her out of the series. And so, to be honest, because of that, a lot of people, including myself, thought this would have like a bad ending, like Denji dies or whatnot, um, stuff like that. But no, this chapter was kind of weird, but it had me just smiling and just sitting there. I was sitting on the couch with my family while I was reading it, and then I just kind of looked up from my phone, which I was reading it on, with a big smile on my face, and it was the last thing I read, so I just took everything in, because there was the Chainsaw Man chapter, and also the Jujutsu Kaisen chapter as well, which I'll probably talk about tomorrow, which both had very satisfying things happening to the villains. One was the death of Makima, and the other was something that happened with Mahito and Jujutsu Kaisen, but we'll talk about that when we talk about that. Anyway, so yeah, Makima is dead, everybody. So basically, this was probably, as I said before, the best way for her to go out. So, we see Makima thinks he has defeated Denji, and so she picks up the Denji's heart, or Pochita, starts saying, "Oh, Chainsaw Man, I love you. We're gonna be together forever." And then Denji, you know, reveals something that was kind of weird. So it was actually just him using a new ability, which was him being able to form like a flesh shell around his heart. And so because of that, he was able to like clone himself. And so Denji emerged and formed a chainsaw out of Power's blood, and basically attacks Makima when she lets her guard down. And so Denji, Denji's kind of, he's happy about this. And Makima, we all know this is not enough to kill Makima. She'll probably regenerate. However, since, like, this was a pretty powerful chainsaw, and also, so it would take, it's, like, it was a pretty, like, big wound, so it would take a while for Makima to heal back. And so, we go back to, so Denji's back at his house, and basically, he has a conversation with Kishibe, which makes it seem like, I'm not sure yet, Denji is the new head of public safety. Like, the way Kishibe worded it, he was kind of like, how are you going to handle, like, all the other devils and stuff like that? Because you have a lot of things for you to bear if you are alive after you do what you're about to do. And Denji is like, yeah, I think I'm going to take a break for a bit. So I think maybe, like, when Denji comes back, he might be, like, the new head of public safety, or at least, like, a bigger figure in public safety. The public safety devil hunters. And so basically, we see Denji cooking up a meal, and so we see that he still has feelings for Makima, he said the only way that, he says, I don't really want this to happen to you, because I really do care about you. However, I have to take, like, into consideration how my friends and all the people you've killed feel about this. And so, he says the only way for me to feel fine with this is if I can bear your sins with you and become one with you. And so then he cooks up a nice meal. Right. So he eats some rice, and then he eats the main course, which is like a meat dish with onions, and says, so this is how you taste, Makima. Cannibalism at its finest. But, yeah, that was great. That I honestly I would have felt fine with it, like, ending, like the whole series ending with that chapter. I would have been fine with that. It wraps up the whole Makima thing. But I am glad we're getting at least one more chapter. And we are getting a special announcement with the next chapter, as I said before. So, yeah. It's probably going to be an anime announcement. But there's also one more thing I need to talk about. The panel where Denji is about to slash Makima down is a direct contrast to the main cover of Shonen Jump in Chainsaw Man's first appearance in the magazine. So, as you can see, I'm already using the image used in the most recent chapter. So go back to like the Viz app, or just look up the first ever volume Chainsaw Man appeared in, and look at the image that was used for the cover. Like if you like click on like Shonen Jump and go on to like the Chainsaw Man page, like the banner for the page is the first like cover anyway, and it's a direct contrast. It has Denji holding up the chainsaw. There are a few differences, like he's not wearing a coat. He's only just wearing a suit and tie, and Pochita's on his shoulder instead of Pochita not being there. But for the most part, they're pretty similar. And you can't see Makima in the image, but she's still in the reflection. So I'm not sure if Fujimoto was planning on doing that since the beginning, or he was just paying homage to the first ever appearance. Most likely paying homage to the first ever appearance. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the announcement is. So on Tuesday, I'm going to try to post my Jujutsu Kaisen review for chapter 132. And then on Wednesday, I'll probably do my review for Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 1. So, yeah. They might fall on different days because, like, school and whatnot. But, yeah, that's about it.